Hey guys, I am cmasupra and welcome to another Company of Heroes video. Now this one is a very short one, as you can tell by the video length. It was a 10.5 minute game, I think, like 10 minutes 26 seconds. And I'm still going to show it to you, even though it was short, because it was quite funny, and it's also a very helpful thing, because sometimes your opponent can outsmart you in flanking, and you have to know how to counter it, and this is a good example of that. So, yeah, the title of this is Flanking is an Art, because it is an art, and you can really see that in this one. It's a question of whose art is better, I guess. And if you have better art, you'll win the game. That seems weird to say in a video game. If you have better art, you will win. Uh, yeah, that's just weird. I feel weird saying that. Anyways, the map is Samoa. I'm playing as Panzer Elite. My opponent is Americans. My opponent says he's level 10, and that's pretty close to me. I'm level 11 as Panzer Elite. So, but actually, am I level 10 or 11? No, I'm level 11. I'm level 10 as Americans and British, level 11 as Panzer Elite and Wehrmacht. I guess I should start talking about the game, shouldn't I? So I built two Panzer Grenadier squads from the start. I'm building a third in my HQ, which is currently selected, so you can see it's building. And I have my two Panzer Grenadier squads together now because I had the first one capture a point, and in that time while it was capturing a point, the second one caught up. So I now have them together, and that is great because I want them to support each other. I don't want either one to die if they come across a rifle squad, and if there's two of them, they won't die most likely. Most likely the rifle squad will retreat. If they don't retreat, they just lose the rifle squad. So if your opponent is smart, they will retreat the rifle squad when they find two Panzer Grenadier squads, unless of course they have backup coming for their rifle squad. You can see here, I see engineers, so I move my Kettenkrad away, and that's the end of that. I'm getting the +5 fuel for a little bit. He is going to decap it, but at least I prevented him from getting it for a little while. On the other side of the map, right here on the screen, I'm capturing the other +5 fuel. And I have a third Panzer Grenadier squad out in the middle, and there's rifles. I didn't actually notice them when I was playing. And then I saw infantry under attack, and I see a red dot on my mini-map. I guess my infantry have found riflemen. So yeah, I didn't notice them when I was playing until this happened. So, yeah, gotta pay more attention. Hey, more engineers, and those engineers are screwed. Sometimes an engineer squad can beat a Panzer Grenadier squad, but usually they can't. But it's like maybe 30% of the time they can beat them, so if you are feeling lucky, you can go charging a single Panzer Grenadier squad with engineers. It also matters how you use cover, if they're in cover, stuff like that, because you don't want to be left out in the open charging him because you'll just lose your engineers as you're charging, and it'll be useless because you won't be able to do any damage once you actually reach the Panzer Grenadiers. So, the battle in the middle, my opponent has pushed me off. My opponent is capturing my fuel, which is exactly what I'm doing to him. I'm capturing his fuel, as you can see on the screen. The only difference is he's capturing mine with an engineer squad. I'm capturing his with two Panzer Grenadier squads, so if he decides to attack me and try to stop me from capturing his, I'm going to be able to prevent it, sort of, depending on how much he sends at me. Whereas if I attack him and prevent him from taking mine, he can't do anything about it because of the fact that he only has an engineer squad. He's not going to stand up to my Panzer Grenadier squads at long range. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to attack him. He decided to attack me as well, but that didn't go so well because I had the upper hand with my two squads against his single rifle squad. I am killing his engineer squad up at my fuel point. I wonder why he's not retreating. Oh, there we go. I saw he captured the point, but the red dot wasn't moving, but he is retreating now. He managed to capture the point, which means I'm not getting the resources from it. He's actually getting resources from it. It's connected to his base. You can see it's not flashing red and white. It's flashing red and blue, which means he's getting resources from it, but I'm capturing it. In the middle, I'm just capturing stuff back. After the battle I lost, he, I guess, retreated his riflemen. I'm not really sure where they went, but I was just like, okay, well, I'll just take back the middle if you don't feel like dealing with me. And it turns out his riflemen are here capturing the fuel point. So that's where they went. And now he's charging my fuel point with his rifles, and I'm like, hey, you want to keep coming this way? I'll gladly let my flak beerlings shoot at you, because they'll do a lot of damage to you. Sadly, though, he knows they'll do a lot of damage, and he doesn't fall for it. I was hoping to lure him into him. Oh well, I can at least shoot at him as he's capturing the fuel point again. You should never capture a fuel point while you are... Or, you should never capture any point while you are fighting, because you will lose the fight most likely. Simply because of the fact that you have one less man shooting. And one less man shooting means you're doing less damage, while the opponent's doing the same damage they always do. And as a result, because you're doing less damage, you lose. Pretty simple. Now here, my opponent did charge me, and he did a very good job of charging me, but the fact that he had 3 squads right there tells me that I can go around the map capturing stuff, and he can't do a thing about it, because that was pretty much all of his infantry right there, trying to go hit his fuel point. And that didn't work out for him. He did manage to get his fuel point back, he did push me off, but now I'm capturing the rest of the map, and I'm also killing his individual squads that I find in various places. So this is where the artistic part comes in. I was able to distract him and kill his units because of it, really, and take the map over as well, simply because I was able to outflank him. So he was flanking me, I was flanking him, we were both going after the other person's fuel point, so yeah, we were flanking each other. In the end, I won this short little game because of the simple fact that I outflanked my opponent. He actually could have stayed in the green cover right there at the victory point and possibly won that battle. But it's good he retreated, smart he retreated, because I'm not sure if he would have won that battle. I now have a second infantry half-track out. I considered building tier 4, but then I decided tier 3 because I've had his fuel for so long, or I had his fuel for so long, that he shouldn't have much of a fuel income, or shouldn't have much fuel, period. So I knew I didn't have much to fear in terms of an M8, so I didn't need tier 4 for the AT half-track. Instead, I could go tier 3 for armored cars. And that's where the flanking is helpful. Now I have 3 Panzer Grenadier squads on the screen right there. They're all charging to the bottom island of the map, where the fuel point, the low fuel point, and the strategic point are. And then I have an infantry half-track with some infantry in it, going to my opponent's fuel point because I want it back. I want to make sure he can't get that M8, he can't get BARs, he can't get anything, because Americans rely on fuel just as much as PE relies on fuel, but I have my fuel, so now it's just a matter of preventing him from having his. So that's what I'm doing with this. As you can see, I am getting most of the map because I outflanked him and he couldn't really push me off of his fuel point, so he's sending so many squads just to his fuel to protect it that he can't focus on capturing the rest of the map. And this is where PE really shines because of its Kettenkrad, its kitty. Because your kitty is not going to go around fighting, so you can use it instead to go around capping the map as you have all your fighting units fighting your opponent, which is what I'm doing in this case. Although I do have actually 2 of my Panzer Grenadier squads capturing stuff at the same time, so I guess I don't have all of my fighting units just fighting. And I get really lucky here. I am surprised I did not lose this infantry half-track to my opponent. I really should have, but I didn't, so I'm glad I didn't. Because if I had lost that, that would be a pretty big loss for me, although my opponent just lost 270 manpower, because he just lost a full rifle squad, and they also lost all but 1 man in his other rifle squad that was charging me. He would have been able to push me out if my 2 other squads were not there, because originally I just had an infantry half-track and a single squad in the half-track, but then I had 2 Panzer Grenadier squads show up just in time to protect the infantry half-track and have me win the battle. So now I'm capturing his fuel. I've pretty much cut him off from, in fact I've totally cut him off from the middle of the map and anything that would connect to his strategic point. His base's strategic point, I guess the one in front of his base, the cutoff point. So he's getting very few resources. Nothing from any of the points except for maybe the munitions point next to his base if he captured it. I know a lot of people don't capture that, but you should capture it. It's one of the most common forgotten points, even though it shouldn't be. Now look at this battle here. I'm focus firing on the Flamer Engineers because Flamer squads do a ton of damage to Panzer Elite and to the Brits, and I managed to take it down. He should have retreated earlier, but he didn't. And then it was also the fact that after he hit retreat, they were just standing there. I did notice that. That's not something he can help. It's just a bug in the game, I guess. I don't know. And I'm almost losing the infantry half-track again. Then my armored car shows up, and that's the end of the game really, really soon here. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, I just simply outflanked him, and as a result, he had to resort to using all of his units to go save his fuel, and because he did that, I was able to capture the whole map because I knew there was no risk of losing any units capturing the map because he wouldn't have very many units on the map. So yeah, that's how I won. And then I took his fuel points, so he had no way to do anything. He did get BARs before the before the map ended, but the BARs were not that helpful to him because of the simple fact that I got an armored car, and BARs, while they do a lot of damage to armored cars, are not the best option against armored cars. Now look at this. This is just funny. This is why I decided to look at it when I was recording the video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dead American bodies, 1 dead Panzer Grenadier. I just find that hilarious. I mean, he lost 12 guys while trying to kill my squad and my infantry half-track, and I lost 1 guy. That was it. 1 guy. So I would be frustrated if I was him. I mean, he had no income except for the 1 munitions point that was connected to his base. I had the rest of the map. I annihilated his infantry towards the end of the battle there. So yeah, he didn't have much of a chance anyways at the end. So good thing he quit. He can move on to another game that he might actually win. But yeah, I just wanted to show this game because of the simple fact that flanking is an art, and it's a matter of who can outflank the opponent while predicting and reacting to the flanks your opponent throws at you. I hope you found this informative, hope you found it helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.